this is a clue into what we can do. One of the things that we can start doing to start unprogramming, deprogramming the youngest generation of Americans who have fallen prey to this. This cult that we're dealing with is incredibly dangerous. But there was a recent poll done that is encouraging. It is encouraging. This poll says that 56% of Americans think that transgender athletes should only play on teams that match their biological sex. This is a Wall Street Journal poll. And that doesn't seem like a huge number to me. When I first heard that, I was like, really? Only 56% of Americans think that boys shouldn't play on girls' sports teams? We can't get a higher consensus on this issue? But if you look further down in this poll, the actual breakdown of numbers is very telling. So in answer to this question, do you think transgender athletes should be able to play on sports teams that match their current gender identity, or should they be allowed to play only on sports teams that match their sex assigned at birth? I actually hate the phraseology that they used here. 17%, only 17% said that transgender individuals should play on teams that match their gender identity. 17% is not a big number. 17% is like the fringe of the fringe on the left. Then you have the 56% who think that transgender people should only play on teams associated with their biological sex. But then the third number, 25% of people responding to this poll answered, I'm not sure. 25%. So actually, what this poll tells us is that 25% of the American people can be won over. 25% of the American people are not sure, which means that we have a tremendous opportunity to invite them and encourage them and empower them to join us on Team Reality and protect them against the neo-Marxist cult that is queer theory that seeks to subvert their minds and then their bodies. 1/4 of the American people, 25% of the American people are still up for grabs. I spent almost 10 minutes just looking at this poll because that number floored me. I thought it was going to be much more evenly divided, that, people on the right, we know what we believe. We believe male, female. People on the left, they pretty much believe 127 different genders. A few independents in the middle might side with the right on this, so it might tilt a little bit more towards the right than some of the other maybe tax issues. But 25% of the American people are still able to be won over. This is a tremendous opportunity. My friends, keep fighting on this. Keep fighting. The Nashville school shooting is going to fall out of the news probably tomorrow, the next day. Within 24, 48, maybe 72 hours, this story is going to be gone with the wind because of a couple of reasons. First of all, this attack took place at Covenant School, which is a private Christian school. This woman shooter identified as transgender. That's the second reason it's going to be lost to the news. Also, the guns that were used in the commission of this heinous murder were legally purchased and obtained firearms. So this is not going to be something that the left can blame guns for. Although before the news broke that the shooter was transgender, the Biden administration certainly did their best to try to blame guns, but not before Biden made one of the most distasteful jokes that I can remember Biden making, and that's saying something because we're talking about Joe Biden. This is what Joe Biden said before he addressed the shooting itself.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. I think I'm kidding.
That was his first comment after the shooting. And then he immediately pivoted to politicizing this shooting and calling for gun control.
Again, to speak, the reason I spent a little time on the kids, I just want to speak very briefly about the school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. Ben and I have been doing this our whole careers, it seems. And it's just, it's sick. We're still gathering the facts of what happened and why. And we do know that as of now, there are a number of people who did not make it, including children. It's heartbreaking, a family's worst nightmare. And I want to commend the police who responded incredibly swiftly, within minutes, and the danger. We're monitoring the situation really closely, Ben, as you know, and we have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation, ripping at the very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools so they aren't turned into prisons. You know, the shooter in this situation reportedly had 2 assault weapons and a pistol, 2 AK-47. So I call on Congress again to pass my assault weapons ban. It's about time that we begin to make some more progress.
Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.